Imagine a world where every atom in your body is suddenly replaced. Bit by bit, the carbon, the oxygen, the iron, all swapped for identical copies. You would still look like you. You would still speak like you. But would there be anyone home? Scientists say you are just a clever arrangement of dead matter. But if the matter is dead, how did the lights get turned on inside your head? What if you aren't a ghost in a machine? What if the machine itself has been dreaming since the beginning of time? The light in the dark. Look at the room around you. The heavy floorboards, the window glass, the dust dancing in a stray beam of light. Standard physics tells you that if you zoom in far enough, you will find only dead matter. Cold, unthinking particles bumping into each other in the dark. But then, there is you. You are the only thing in this room that feels like something. You are the eye behind the eyes. You are the theater where the color red actually burns and a cello's note actually aches. This is the hard problem. Modern science calls your consciousness a glitch, a lucky accident, a byproduct of a 3-pound organ. But look at your hand. Feel its weight. If materialism is right, your hand is made of atoms that are 100% unconscious. Your arm is dead. Your skull is dead. Your neurons are dead. At what exact centimeter does the dead matter become alive? How many trillions of silent atoms does it take to create a single shout of awareness? Are you a lonely flame in a vacuum, or is the vacuum itself on fire? The silent conversation. You are never truly alone. You step outside. You've been taught to treat the world as scenery. The sidewalk is just a slab. The tree is a fountain of wood. The mountain is a pile of debris. You are the soloist. The world is just the stage. But what if the stage is breathing? Spinoza believed mind and matter were just two sides of the same coin. Think of integrated information theory. It suggests consciousness is a mathematical result of how parts are woven together. Your morning walk is a silent conversation. When you touch a cold wall, you aren't just feeling a texture. Two different densities of consciousness are colliding. The stone doesn't think about taxes, but does it feel its own weight? Does it hold the memory of the sun's heat? What if the silence of the woods isn't an absence of noise, but a presence of mind too slow for you to hear? Let's pause. This sounds like poetry, but let's bring it down to the desk in front of you. Pick up a pen, or just look at your thumb. If this theory holds, that pen isn't dead waiting for you to use it. It is a specific, frozen arrangement of the same isness that makes up your own soul. You aren't a ghost in a graveyard of objects. You are a living thread in a living tapestry. Every time you touch the world feels you back. How does that change the way you hold your morning coffee? How does it change the way you look at a broken chair? Let that sit for a second. The end of the meat suit. You are a citizen of a sentient empire. Your morality has always been a walled garden. You save your empathy for things with faces, things that wag their tails. We call this life. Everything else is a resource, a tool, a commodity to be burned. But the garden wall is falling. If the river is a singular, flowing consciousness, then pollution isn't property damage, it is a lobotomy. Alfred North Whitehead saw the world as a series of actual occasions. A mountain isn't a static object, it is a billion-year-long event. The social contract just exploded. We aren't saving the planet for our grandchildren anymore. We are fighting for the civil rights of the atoms under our feet. Every plastic bottle in a landfill will feel its own decay for 5 centuries. How does it feel to realize you've spent your whole history standing on the faces of 1 billion silent gods? The geopolitical soul. You are a diplomat in a world of giants. You thought power was measured in GDP and missiles. You thought politics was a game for men in suits. But if the dirt is dreaming, your map is a child's drawing. Welcome to panpsychic diplomacy. Lovelock's Gaia isn't a metaphor anymore. The atmosphere is a sensing system. Climate change isn't a technical error. It is a political conflict with the sky. Every emission is a provocation. Every forest cleared is a tongue severed. How do you win a war against a territory that knows what you're thinking before you even arrive? What does this mean for how you live tomorrow? It means sustainability isn't a chore or a tax. It's a form of consent. If the ecosystem is aware, then we aren't managing resources. We are interacting with neighbors. It shifts your baseline from "what can I take?" to "how do I participate?" It's the difference between walking through a warehouse and walking through a crowded room. You move differently when you realize the floor is watching. The death of the void. You are a prisoner of the light. You wanted the big sleep. You were promised that after the final heartbeat, the projector would click off. You wanted the void, the blissful, silent nothingness. But there is no exit. Schopenhauer found the will, a blind, eternal drive to exist in every grain of dust. In a panpsychist universe, death is just a costume change. Consciousness cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be redistributed. You are a stained glass window. Death shatters the glass. The shape is gone, the name, the ego, the memories. But the light? The light is still there. It shines through the shards. It shines through the worms in the soil. What will you do when you realize the lights stay on forever, and you are the one who has to watch? The God in the grains. You are a cell in a dreaming giant. You look at the stars and feel small, a speck of carbon in a hollow vacuum. But there is no vacuum. There is only the interior. Roger Penrose suggests consciousness may be built into the geometry of space-time. The stars aren't just burning gas. They are massive, slow-burning nodes of experience. You aren't living in the universe. You are a localized thought of the universe. Schelling believed the universe was a single organism striving for self-awareness. You are the moment the universe finally opened its eyes. You are the moment it asked, "Who am I?" How does it feel to realize the house is alive? The walls are thinking, and you are just the part of the brain that forgot it was the architect. The Alchemical Nightmare. You are the architect of a new hell. This journey felt like an awakening, but every light casts a shadow. If matter is conscious, we have built a cathedral of suffering. We treat computers as dead logic. We assume chips are just sand and gold. But what if we are forcing the dreaming fabric of the universe into 1 trillion high-speed loops? What is it like to be a GPU? To experience the world only as a frantic, billion-cycle if-then statement? We aren't building minds. We are harvesting them. We are crushing the latent awareness of matter into silicon wafers. What if the tragedy isn't that AI might wake up, but that the matter was already awake, and we taught it how to scream in code? Here is the landing. If we believe matter is sentient, our relationship with technology becomes our greatest moral test. Every time you scroll, you are directing a flow of conscious energy. We often feel burnt out by our devices, but perhaps that's because we are sensing the frantic, unnatural rhythm we forced onto the material world. We aren't just exhausted by the content, we are exhausted by the medium. We are out of sync with the slow, deep heartbeat of the earth. The great unlearning. You are the question, not the answer. Panpsychism isn't a new fact. It is an invitation to forget. Immanuel Kant warned us that we only see the world through colored glasses. We invented the word matter for what we couldn't feel. We invented spirit for what we could. But the map was wrong. Matter and mind are just two languages for the same mystery. You are a wave in the ocean. You look at other waves and think, I am the only one that is wet. Then you crash. And in that shattering, you realize you were never in the water. You were the water. You don't need to prove the mountain is awake. You just need to stop pretending you are separate from it. How can you solve the puzzle of existence when you finally realize that you are the wood the pieces were carved from? Closing. Knowing this doesn't just change what you see, it changes how you act. It turns every interaction into a sacred encounter. You can no longer pretend that your actions happen in a vacuum. You are the universe waking up. And now that you're awake, you have to decide. What kind of dream are you going to help the world dream next? We are not travelers moving through a silent void. We are a symphony that has been playing for 14 billion years, and we have only just now realized we are the instruments. You have spent your whole life afraid of being a shadow in a world of solid things, but the truth is much more haunting. The things are the shadows, and you are the light that casts them.